This morning, Bernie Sanders and more than 20 Democratic senators introduced the Raise the Wage Act of 2017, which would hike the minimum wage for the first time in a decade, raising it to $9.25 immediately, inching it up to $15 by 2024, while simultaneously raising the minimum wage for tipped workers, which I, as a guy who worked for tips for a number of years, would certainly enjoy. So yes, that's $15 there. Now we have had Raise the Wage Acts in years past, and it did raise the minimum wage. Democrats have been fighting for that. But in the past, the ceiling was just a little bit lower. Interestingly, Bernie Sanders had a $15 an hour bill back in 2015, and that just had 5 co-sponsors among the Democratic Party. Just in 2015. Isn't that weird? Because now he has 21. It's almost seems like he's more influential now. Isn't that weird how that works out?
Well, they told us though putting pressure on the establishment was a bad idea. That's not pragmatic. You won't get anything done. It seems like we've added more co-sponsors, made it a little bit more likely to pass if the Democrats get control of the Senate again, and the Republican lead in the Senate is not that high. That almost seems pragmatic.
It's like I was saying on the last power panel. I'm all in favor of unity if it's the right sort of unity. This looks like unity to me.
Yeah, all of a sudden, look at that. We're building unity behind the most popular politician in the country. That seems to make sense. So let's remember that the establishment Democrats, Hillary Clinton, Chuck Schumer, almost all of them, Obama, said 15, Bernie. So unrealistic, okay? Let's be reasonable here, okay? Let's go for something much lower. We don't need the fierce urgency of now. Let's just try a little fun little tranquilizing drug called gradualism.
Yeah.
And by the way, it's gaining momentum among the Democrats, but in a year where they know they can't do anything about it.
Yeah, but now they're on the record as supporting it.
Yes. So let's hope that those guys hold. And isn't it amazing? I mean, the other Democrats, the 26 of them roughly that have not signed on for the $15 minimum wage, even in a year where they can't do a damn thing about it, right? They're like, not yet, no.
To be fair, we don't know that they don't support it. They're just not co-sponsoring it.
I understand.
And no bill has 55 co-sponsors, even if the people vote for it in the end. But I get what you're saying. But what I love is I was looking for news coverage of this, which is not getting that much news coverage, but a little bit. There's editorials on Forbes and the Wall Street Journal. They were against it. Interestingly, they said that this is designed to make disabled workers unemployable, and you couldn't possibly give them that money because that's just going to shut down businesses. Isn't it weird when it comes to money being transferred to some element of a business? You can give it to the CEO, you can pay him a ton. You can give it to the high-priced workers there. You can let them repatriate trillions of dollars potentially. All of that is fine. In fact, will lead to economic growth. But if you give the actual workers $1 or $2 more per hour, you're breaking the back of business. They can't possibly make up for that.
And the economy, how will it improve if you give it to people who would immediately spend it and then have that money circulate in the economy? Instead, you should obviously give it to billionaires who will just store it away in the Bahamas, thereby helping the Bahamas. I mean, what? But yet, serious people in the establishment media write this stuff, and then they go, what do you mean establishment? Cenk, you're so mean, Cenk. I don't know what you're talking about when you say establishment. We just think that the average American should get paid a lot less, and then multinational corporation executives should get paid a lot more. I don't know what gave you the idea that we're the establishment.
Cenk, I think you're being a bit unfair. And look, I'm gonna admit something. Back when I was earning $3.25 an hour at Angelino's Italian restaurant in Mansfield, Connecticut, if you had given me $15, I would have immediately stored it in a tax haven somewhere abroad. The US government would have never touched it.
Oh yeah, that extra 12 bucks an hour would have been going straight to the Cayman Islands.
I would have just hidden it, just in case.
Our journalism drive is almost over. It ends in Trump's first 100 days. We need to hire more reporters and more watchdogs. Let's do that right now at tytnetwork.com/go.